So today, gonna do something a little bit different than my previous videos. This is another nephew-centric fan edit. My nephew was asked to get a copy of Batman the Animated Series, and I could just loan them my Batman animated, whoop, that's only 3 series DVDs. But there's always been one little weird thing about Batman the Animated Series, which is that they were released in a weird order. They come on DVD in a weird order. These are in volumes, not in seasons. I remember the show coming on when I was a kid. It didn't make any sense, the order that things happened. You just are introduced to the Joker in this weird Christmas episode, escaping Arkham Asylum, and it's actually become a thing online to choose a watch order. Yeah, so this guy, Jordan Carr, back in 2010, this is like 8 years ago, he put together a list of what he thinks is a good order to watch the episodes in. And I like his take on it, but he did one weird thing, this guy. Right here at the beginning, he says Mask of the Phantasm and Robin's Reckoning flashbacks only. So I'm going to try and take the flashbacks out of Robin's Reckoning and turn it into its own cohesive Batman episode. And if that works, maybe do the same thing with the flashbacks in Mask of the Phantasm. But I'm a little hesitant to do that because Mask of the Phantasm just works so well. And Robin's Reckoning actually works really well with the flashbacks, but it does have that weird continuity thing of Robin's super important, and this episode tells you why, whereas in a more modern storytelling implementation, they would just start with Origins and slowly move into something, an episode like Robin's Reckoning. But also, side note, this is going to be all full of spoilers for these episodes, so if you haven't seen this episode, and I'm speaking directly to my nephews right now, don't watch this episode yet. Don't watch what I'm doing. Spoilers! Okay, so I'm going to actually do this in the video. I haven't even looked at it to see if there's enough material to make an episode, so we're going to take a look at it now and get started. So I haven't even looked at these yet to see if this is going to work, even in the most remote sense. I've got Robin's Reckoning Part 1 and 2 here. Each episode has the theme song and the end credits, and they're about 22 minutes long. First thing is going to be find those flashbacks. Okay, so Robin gets the bad news, and in comes the flashback. Zuko. Alright, the problem already is crossfades between flashback and not a flashback. We're gonna have to get weird. It's looking pretty promising that it'll take a full episode because the initial flashback is almost the entire episode. Bruce hugs his little dick. Okay, there's the flashback end. So doop. Alright, second episode. Starts right in on flashbacks. And then there's a little bit. Oh wait, this is like a previous on. Okay, let's see. I want to hear the guy do it.
Previously on Batman. Everything.
It's so cool. A little bit of Robin following Batman. Batman saves little Dick Grayson, takes him back to the Batcave, reveals his identity. Flashback over. A whole lot of Batman chasing the bad guy, and no more flashbacks. So, in order to get actual episode length, we gotta get the theme song. Let's get the opening. So here's the theme song, title card, and flashback 1, flashback 2, and let's go get the end credits. Alright, so here's a general squish together, hasn't been cut together yet, and we are at 24 minutes, not bad. So if that's 24 minutes, then the other one's probably around 20 minutes. Okay. So it's doable. Alright. Theme song, Robin's Reckoning. That's like a terrible way for the show to start. And Robin's horrified face. So let's just shave all of that out. I think there was some flashback wobble on that. Little bit of rippling. Just when his face starts to ripple. That's how mad he is. His face just turned into the past. So we cut all the face out. So there's still a little bit of rippling. And the brightness comes in. We go right to there. and trim that off. We'll see if that works. Okay, it's not bad. It's not bad. It's a little awkward coming off of the title card. It just kind of blips in. So, let's see. Let's cut out the shot entirely. Well, people are into their crossfades on this episode. All right. All right, so that's the whole shot. Okay, we're gonna save that as open circus. And I guess we're going to do the same thing for the Flying Grayson's logo. Fly Grace. We're going to keep the timing. And the audio, of course. Alright, so now we can delete all of this. And we're going to go all the way to Robin's ugly face here. We're going to cut the video out of that. We're going to drop the 2 still images right back in there so we can do a fade in and a crossfade. Now we're going to do a proper cropper. Okie doke. Zoom in on circus. From one end to the other. Here we go. Alright, so now that should work. I'd say that's a fair intro. There is a bit of a discrepancy in the color here from the black in the cartoon to my actual black, so we're gonna just drop in a copy of that black. I use these a lot in the fan edits because black is never really black in a lot of these movies and TV shows, so just creating this little doodad that is mimics that black, and then instead of fading from actual black, I just do a crossfade between those two. That's perfect! Alright, so this is probably all fine. I think there was one, if I recall. Yep, there it is. Okay, so we gotta get rid of that, including the part where Dick Grayson's face bends space and time. I'm a little bit worried that when I put together the flash forward parts to make its own episode, that it's going to be really boring because it's just going to be him in the Batcave remembering things and not progressing in any story story way. We'll see. Okay, so here's another cut that I had to make. After he's taken in Dick Grayson, not officially adopted him, they've left him alone in this giant, scary gothic bedroom. The next scene is Bruce Wayne saying, "I can't stick around, I gotta go out and be Batman," but he doesn't know he's Batman.
It's not.
There's a little bit of future dialogue before the cut. Obviously, this shot has just people in it, so I can't just make a still frame of that and hold it over for a crossfade. This one kind of works. So let's go ahead and get this Robin sad. Push that a little bit in. Drop that in there. Put that there in there. Bring the audio out. Bring it out. And maybe just to fade out.
Isn't Bruce coming down to eat?
This is what a lot of editing is just watching something over and over again, trying to see if it works. The audio cutting out suddenly is throwing me off, so I'm just gonna watch it without audio for a second. Okay, I'm gonna hold it out longer. Okay, I think that works. I think timing-wise that works. Yay! A figured out thing. Now the audio is a problem. So right here is where he starts talking.
Not right, Alfred.
It's kind of just holding out a note, so I'm gonna see if I can just loop it and fade it out a little bit later. Hey, it worked. Okay, no more flash forwards, flashback, flashback. When I first saw this episode as a kid, in both the present and the flashbacks, he's looking for the same guy, so I didn't think this was a flashback the first time I saw this as a kid. So maybe cutting out the flashbacks will make that kind of make a little more sense. All right, and then that is the end of the episode. Robin realizes that his parents were murdered the same as Bruce Wayne's parents, and they have a hug.